Hey everyone, I'm Ultimate456, you're the Ultimates, and welcome to episode 81 of Let's Platinum Danganronpa V3, Killing Harmony. Alright, it's time for yet another class trial. We're getting much closer as we go, so let's see. It looks like that's everyone. Oh, this everyone, huh? There are a lot less of us now.
It's plain to see.
This is just half of what we started with.
Unfortunately.
Because we've allowed this game to continue, we must stop it somehow.
Right?
But we can't stop now. We can't let the fun end.
Don't.
Cut it out. I'm certain this trial will be the last one.
Hey,
Let's focus on surviving this class trial first.
I guess.
Yeah, you're right. If we mess up here, our numbers will go down even quicker. It'll just be the culprit left.
But
That might be okay. Maybe that's just another way to stop the killing game. If we all die, then the killing game would end.
what?
Don't say stupid crap like that. It's pointless if we all die.
Okay.
Well, we don't have to worry. We've got the ultimate detective on our side.
You're right.
Yeah, it's time for the detective to shine. Shuichi, please keep up the good work.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do my best. Yes, I have to keep it together. This is the only time my talent can shine. I'm not just saving my life. Everyone's life is on the line. If I can't find the truth here, everyone will be sacrificed. And I will never let that happen.
Come on, man.
Hey, Shuichi, you're getting all tense.
Huh?
What?
I mean,
Didn't I tell you before? Shuichi, don't carry the burden all.
Get it?
And didn't I tell you before not to get in the way, Kaito?
huh?
Huh? What's your problem?
You really don't get it.
We're all relying on Shuichi to carry our asses through this class trial, okay? You're like a parrot repeating the same lines over and over. You're bothering him.
Well, you know.
I think that's the most annoying thing you can do to Shuichi, you know that?
Huh?
What do you mean? I'm not...
Shut up.
Kokichi, you're annoying.
Please don't.
Whoa, killer girl's glaring at me. I was only kidding around. Maki's glare seemed to do the trick, as Kokichi turned around, dejected.
Jeez.
Finally, that pest is gone. Thanks, Maki Roll. Just suck it up, Kaido. Now's not the time to be bickering with each other.
Got it.
My bad. Sorry.
Um,
Kaito, I'm okay. Hmm?
well.
I know what you want to say, Kaito. You don't have to worry.
I believe in
I
you.
see. I see. In that case, I'll believe in you, and won't say anything else.
Shuichi.
But if you have any problems, let me know. I'll help you. I'm here for you, bro.
Thank you.
Kaito. Alright, let's talk to everyone. I'm gonna skip Kaito because apparently he just says the same thing.
Going to do his best.
Going to not really understand what happened, but going to try real hard to be useful this time.
Hey,
This time will really be the end? If not,
you.
you didn't forget, right? Remember who you are. Make sure you never forget that.
That's so mean.
You must have it rough, Shuichi. That obnoxious guy is always bothering you.
Shuichi.
If you ever need my help, call me. I'll shut him up so he never gets in your way. Miu certainly wasn't perfect, but that doesn't mean she deserved to be killed. No one deserves what happened to her. Not a single person.
Hey, Shuichi.
We'll be depending on you this time too, Mr. Ultimate Detective. Alright, let's examine the statue and start the trial.
Let's do it.
Alright, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah. The 8 of us got into the elevator. The door shut behind us. And like all those times before, we descended. It was dead quiet. The only sound I could hear was the beating of my heart in my ears. My body was trembling. The more I tried to control it, the worse it got. There's no way to get used to it. Really, the fear of death. We were all fighting it, trying to be courageous. We all felt as though we were going to our own execution. No, not an execution. A test of our will to survive. Finally, the elevator stopped and the doors opened. And though I couldn't explain it, my body stopped trembling.
Welcome!
Go ahead and stand behind any open podium. Move your asses. You don't want to see what I'll do to you if you keep father waiting. Wait, is he back to normal?
Why?
Huh? You not friend anymore? You jerks must feel pretty slick using Monotaro's forgetfulness to befriend him. He just decided on his own that we were friends.
You bastards!
But I won't let you guys trick Monotaro anymore, because he's already forgotten. He may have forgotten that he was on Daddy's side, but now he had forgotten that he was on Daddy's side. Thanks to me, because I smacked the stuffing out of him. Yeah, how confusing. Well, whatever.
Really?
I can't remember, but one of you guys is the culprit, right? I can't be in the same room as a killer. It's dangerous. I'm gonna go lock myself in my room. Maybe even set up a barricade. That's another death flag.
Anyway.
Let's get it started. The heart racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless face off. We went to our podiums as always. We knew what we had to do. There was no protest left in us. It's already the fourth time. The fourth class trial was about to begin. Miu Iruma, the ultimate inventor. She may have given us a lot of trouble, but we all miss her. It's a tragedy after all. She helped me and Kaede with those cameras, gave Kibo extra functions. In the end, she had done a lot for us. And the culprit that killed her is one of us. I need to discover who that is. In order to survive, I have to find the culprit. And I will fight for it. I will fight with truth and lies in this class trial. Alright, yes, let's save. Save. Alright, here we go. Fourth class trial. Hold on to your butts. Alright, chapter 4. Live and let the languid world live. The students enter a virtual world to try to find the truth of the outside world. But somehow, Miu is killed. This trial blends a virtual world with the real world. Anything else? No. Okay, let's go. Begin class trial. The sentences are just a little bit too long, or they needed to scroll by a little bit quicker. Here we go.
Now then, let's begin with a basic explanation. Ah, screw it. This is tiresome.
You need more motivation!
I do. I really, really do. Now then, let's start this class trial.
Before we start, I just want to ask something since there's not a lot of us left. What happens if the votes result in 2 first places?
Huh? You mean like the tie? It means they're both the blackened, as long as one of them is correct. It's fine.
Daddy, are you sure you should make a decision like that so casually?
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever.
Thanks. Since that's answered, I can start enjoying this life or death game now.
What game? How long are you gonna keep saying that?
Just ignore Kokichi. The rest of us need to work together to find the truth. Got it? We can't die here! Oh my! Himiko has become so determined! It's true! People really do change!
But now she's lost what made her so unique.
That's none of your business!
We should focus on the class trial. First, we need to clarify...
Kaito's the culprit!
What? Say that to my face!
While we were all still logged in, Kaito logged out alone, right? You were able to move freely. Doesn't that mean you could have committed the murder?
Don't screw around! There's no way I'm the culprit!
Kaito right. Kaito couldn't have killed Miu.
How long are you gonna keep saying that? Trusted people can still kill, you know. We already saw that a bunch of times. So many times. Since Kaede.
The fact that Kaido was the only one logged out is suspicious. But he's not the culprit. He can't be. Alright, here we go. So we're gonna start the first one. It actually has the first one is actually a lie. Like, it can be a truth, but it can also be a lie. So let's listen to what they have to say.
Kaito logged out first, by himself. Miu was still logged in, though. That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
Kaito culprit? Impossible!
Of course it's impossible, because I didn't do it! I mean, we found that bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat, didn't we?
The culprit was trying to pin the blame on me. That diversion was part of your plan, right, Kaito?
Well, Kaito, any last words?
What do you mean, last words?
Okay, so first, we need to decide if Miu was killed in the real world or the virtual world. That's where the problem lies. Alright, so let's have a look at a few things. First, Kokichi is saying that Kaito poisoned her. Hang on a sec, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, another plane. Alright, Kokichi is alleging that Kaito poisoned Miu. And this says that, this small bottle of poison says that you could do it. It says if it's neutralized if it was mixed with anything, but it is still quite dangerous and even a small amount will kill someone. It says it causes subconjunctival, I think it means like below the eyes, hemorrhaging, making its victim's eyes completely bloodshot. But when we look at Miu's corpse, you can see there, the whites of her eyes are still there, so she couldn't have been poisoned. So we can use that to counter what he said. However, we can lie. I don't know how this lie works, but so you do this, it changes to small antidote bottle,
I'll reveal the truth.
and then you hold R1 to aim at poisoned her, and you get it.
Wait a minute, Kokichi. Miu couldn't have been killed with poison. And it's much too early to decide that Kaito is the culprit.
But why? I think it's already too late. You guys are taking so long to realize that people can kill others in a snap.
I know Kokichi hasn't forgotten about that. He's just pretending. Also, if you look at, what do you call Miu's picture? She's got 3 X's because of course she does. Alright, Kokichi. I'll play your game. If you're going to lie, I will too.
Have you forgotten? The bottle we found at the scene was an antidote, not a poison.
Okay, so the lie is just a simple lie. Shuichi's just saying it didn't say poison, it said antidote.
It's not like Miu could have been killed by an antidote.
What? Are you serious here? Come on, Shuichi. That bottle definitely had poison in it. Didn't we check the label?
I know that expression. Kokichi is toying with me. He knows the flaw in his argument. He's just pretending not to.
Is this fun for you? Messing with a trial?
Well, I mean, this is where it gets fun for both me and the culprit. So what's this talk about an antidote? We'll just say you misunderstood the whole thing, Shuichi. We all know you wouldn't lie.
Of course. I'm sorry. I was just misremembering.
I can't let Kokichi continue this line of questioning. It will implicate Kaito. Why is Kokichi doing this? I have no choice. I have to call him on it.
But Kokichi, you're misremembering as well. You were the one who told us about the warnings on the label. If you remember what was on that label, you'll see that your argument is flawed.
What warnings? Was there something like that on the label?
Is he still pretending not to know?
So what does that mean?
It means that Miu couldn't have been killed with poison. That's what I'm trying to say.
What if you're mistaken about the antidote, Shuichi?
Right. Well, for now, forget the antidote. Let's focus on exactly what was written on that warning label. Drinking the poison would result in subconjunctival hemorrhaging. In other words, your eyes would be bloodshot.
Oh, but Miu's body. That's right. Her eyes weren't bloodshot. She wasn't killed by that poison.
Then what was that poison for?
Probably a diversion. The culprit wanted us to think Miu died by poison.
Then, what was her real cause of death?
Miu's real cause of death. The only one I can think of. Alright, so Miu's real cause of death. This is actually tricky. It was the killing game simulator. What was Miu's cause of death? So yeah, killing game simulator is the answer, so let's pick it.
This is it! Miu's cause of death was the killing game simulator itself. In the virtual world, if your avatar takes fatal damage, your real body dies of shock. That was made clear in the program's text file.
Miu received fatal damage in the virtual world and died from that shock.
In that case, it's fair to say that the cause of death was actually the simulator.
Gonta has question. Where is this virtual world place? What floor is it on?
If you don't understand, then don't say anything.
If Miu was killed in the virtual world, then the next thing we need to figure out is what caused her to incur fatal damage within the virtual world.
So her cause of death in the virtual world is the one that matters.
Oh, it seems like Gonte is confused. So why don't we review things a bit? So we split into two groups to find the secret of the outside world.
I should also point out Kyo's thing there. I don't know what they're supposed to, what the design of the X or whatever the blood all over the thing is supposed to represent. But yeah, maybe because he was a bit of a serial killer. I don't know. Let's keep going.
The ones who searched the mansion were me, Shuichi, Samugi, Gonta, and that NPC Kaito.
Hey, who you calling NPC, you ASS?
And the others who searched the chapel were Keyboy, Maki, Himiko, and the late Miu.
How could someone have given her fatal damage in that situation? That's what we gotta think about. Now, let's all work together.
Aww, little Himiko is all grown up. Too bad your chest hasn't grown up, though.
That was uncalled for. Someday, my chest will grow like crazy.
Let's begin then.
The fatal damage that Miu received in the virtual world. Let's pin that down. Alright, let's figure that out.
In the virtual world, Miu was fatally injured. So let's focus our efforts on that first.
Whoever did that to Miu was dropped right next to her avatar. It has to be the hammer!
Or going to beat her with his bare hands.
Are we certain that blunt force was involved? I think strangulation is more likely.
It's possible she was pushed from a great height.
Could she have drowned?
We have to determine the specific cause of death. If I think about the condition of Miu's body, that should yield a clue. Alright, so Miu was holding her neck, or was grasping at her neck, which means she must have...
going to beat it with his bare hands.
Are we certain that blunt force was involved? I think strangulation is more.
She must have been strangled. Damn, almost did a lie there.
Miu's body showed severe trauma and signs of a struggle.
Yeah, she looked like she suffered. Very hard to look at.
Right. And the virtual world is connected to our 5 senses. If her body experienced pain, she must have been in pain in the virtual world as well. Knowing that, I believe Maki is correct. Miu was strangled to death.
Yeah, definitely. Strangling and poison are the only methods that can make her look like she's suffocated. But we already removed the possibility of poison, so it can only be strangulation. Also, when a victim is poisoned, they commonly grab their chest or mouth. But Miu was holding her throat. It's obvious she was trying to protect her windpipe.
Oh, the assassin master gets really chatty when it comes to corpses.
In that case, her exact cause of death is being strangled in the virtual world.
But is strangulation even possible in the virtual world? If the avatars were equally strong, it would be difficult to strangle a resisting victim.
Yeah, if she was just as strong as them, no way they could have strangled her.
Then the culprit would need a tool. There are tons of cases where a weaker person would strangle a stronger person with a rope.
Wow, you know a lot about killing, nerd.
But was there even a rope in that world? I don't remember seeing one.
Then they must have used something else as a rope.
Something for a rope, I have an idea of what it might be. I found it during the investigation. Alright, this one I don't think is too difficult. If we remember that objects in the virtual world can't break, then there's only one thing out of everything that we collected that could be used as a rope. And that is... the toilet paper.
This is it! During the investigation, we found toilet paper outside the mansion.
Is this toilet paper? What would toilet paper be doing here?
I'm guessing that the toilet paper was used to strangle her.
Gonta, no can ignore that! What you mean, Shuichi?
Huh? What's wrong?
What wrong? Shuichi goofing off! Not gentlemanly at all!
Okay, well I might have spoiled a little bit what happened there. Forgot about this part.
There's no time for nonsense! You know can use toilet paper in place of rope! Would tear too easy! Even Gonta know that, and Gonta not smart!
No, I'm positive toilet paper was used instead of rope.
You died such an awful death. So why you not take this seriously? You call yourself ultimate detective? Use your head! Figure out real murder weapon!
No, I'm positive toilet paper was used instead of rope.
There's no time for nonsense!
Ah, okay.
You know can use toilet paper in place of rope!
So the first one,
Would tear too easy.
you have to do this, but I didn't see what was happening there.
For your words.
Oh, was that a V?
The toilet paper wouldn't tear.
I think there was like a V cut or something. I've never seen that V appear after making a cut before. How strange. It must have been because I hit all 3 words, but still.
Because in the virtual world, objects are unbreakable.
Breakable?
Unbreakable?
You're so dumb, Gonta. You didn't even know that?
If objects can't break in that world, then toilet paper shouldn't be able to tear. And since it couldn't tear, it could be used as a rope.
Gonta not really understand, but... Sorry, Shuichi. Gonta was wrong.
It's okay, Gonta. Don't worry about it.
Killed by toilet paper. It was a fitting end for her.
A fitting end? I do not fully understand that logic.
But if Miu was killed near the chapel, why was the murder weapon by the mansion?
Maybe the culprit tried to get rid of it to destroy the evidence.
If the culprit meant to get rid of the evidence, they did a poor job of it. There was a much better place where they could have destroyed it.
If toilet paper was the murder weapon, then what's the deal with the hammer next to her?
Perhaps the culprit prepared a backup weapon, just in case.
No, the culprit didn't bring the hammer.
No? But who else but the culprit would bring a hammer?
Wait, we already know who brought that hammer. The person who brought the hammer. The only person is Miu. She was the only person that knew about it. She was the only one that could have known about it.
Miu was the one who brought the hammer.
Miu bring hammer?
Remember what she told us?
I rewrote the program to delete all dangerous objects that could be used as weapons.
Yeah, she did say she deleted any dangerous objects.
If that were true, she wouldn't have missed something like a hammer. Meaning that Miu must have left it on purpose.
On purpose?
But why she do that?
Miu brought the hammer for sure, but what did she need it for? We need to make that clear.
Let's assume that Miu brought the hammer. What was she planning to do with it?
Maybe use it to break down a wall?
Uses for a hammer. Gonta no! Miu gonna build stuff with hammer!
She probably just brought it for self-defense.
A DIY project?
Or secretly met up with someone and tried to kill them with it.
You idiot! She was the victim!
What was Miu planning to do with the hammer? That's still unclear. I need to think back to what she was doing, what her plan was.
Let's assume
Well, there's a lot of things that we've already learnt about what Miu knew about the world.
Maybe use it to break down a wall.
And in this case, she definitely brought the hammer for a reason.
Gonta no! Gonna build stuff with hammer!
She probably just brought it for self-defense.
So what
Or
we
she
can
secretly
do,
met up with someone.
we can do secretly met up with someone
I agree.
with Kokichi.
Miu was gonna meet up with someone in the virtual world.
Mm-hmm. With me. I was supposed to meet up with Miu on the roof of the mansion.
What? Is that true?
I overheard them talking about it at the chapel.
By the way, Miu asked to meet up with me before we went into the virtual world. I totally forgot where we were supposed to meet, so good thing Keyboy spied on us.
Wait, so Miu called Kokichi out?
If Miu brought the hammer, I wonder what she was planning to do with it.
Kokichi's already figured it out. She was planning to kill Kokichi, make Kokichi kill someone, plan a murder with Kokichi, confess her love for Kokichi, kill Kokichi.
That's it.
Pretty much nothing else could have happened.
She was trying to kill Kokichi.
She was what?
Yep, she plotted to meet up with me and then kill me with the hammer. If you want to prove this, you'll need to figure out Miu's plan, okay?
Miu's plan, huh? I'm sure if I analyze the clues we found, I can figure something out. Alright, let's do it. It's time for Psych Taxi. I'm just gonna check something real quick, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let's go. Alright, let's work out this psych taxi. The pictures on the right here, they're definitely references to an anime, and I think it was Slam Dunk from memory. I wonder if I had collected that extra one that I missed just before there, if I would have got it straight away. Let's try. Nope. That was a waste of time. Bling. Who tried to kill Kokichi? Alright, well this has already been established. I don't mind when they do stuff like this. Hang on a sec, I'll just answer the question. And wait. Oh, sorry. I was like, I actually like lost my train of thought there. Yeah, I don't mind when they do stuff like that because it gets you to kind of like reset your thinking and to go, all right, let's start with a real easy one, and then you have that in your brain, and then it helps you work out what the next thing is. So it's always like the psych taxi is essentially supposed to be logical conclusions. Got a picture of the Xbox. Come on. Alright, nice. Where was Miu trying to kill Kokichi? Okay, so already I have an idea of what the answer might be if I was playing this for the first time. My answer, I believe, would be the virtual world, and that's what we got. So let's go over here. Good. Wow. Could not be more straight right now. Next question. Thinking time. 1, 2, 3. And randomly there's a picture of Tsumugi when she was making the drink for us in her lab. Alright, what's this last question? Another thing you can do is, like, if you're playing this, you know, without a guide or whatever, just try and look at the question as well. Straight away, try and work it out what it is. But it's kind of hard with the way they design the blocks. Why was a bottle of Kokichi... Sorry, why was a bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat? Why was a bottle of Kokichi left on Poison's seat? It was to divert attention. It wasn't misplaced and it wasn't hidden evidence. It was to divert attention. It connects. Okay, doing well. Keep going.
She wanted it to appear as if Kokichi was killed in the real world.
She placed the poison on my seat to make us think the murder happened in the real world.
She did that too?
What? Miu was the one who put that poison bottle there? No, that ain't right. Something's definitely weird about that.
Okay. What's weird about that, Kaito? Well, let's see what he has to say.
When could Miu have put the poison there?
If she did place the poison without us noticing, then she must have logged out at some point.
And then what? You logged back in?
Kokichi, weren't you in the salon around that time? Did you see her log in or log out at all?
Nope, I didn't see that at all.
If she hadn't logged in or out, then Miu couldn't have placed the poison.
Then who put poison bottle?
The only person who logged out early was Kaito.
Kaito, your grave just got 10 feet deeper!
No, it wasn't me, guys.
Alright. If the poison is planted evidence, the question is when it was planted. If we determine the when, we might also determine the who. Alright, so let's think about this. If we look at the login log out record, Himiko, Tsumugi, Kaito, Kiba, and Shuichi logged in at the same time. Maki logged in a minute later, and Kokichi and Gonta another minute after that. Miu was the last one to log in a full 2 minutes after Kokichi and Gonta. So why did she take so long? Because that's when she had the opportunity to put the poison there. So that's the answer. That one actually was quite tricky for me. I remember having trouble with that one. It seems so simple when you look at it like that, but then it's like, to try and figure it out, it's like, oh, yeah. Kind of tough. So just speed through this a little bit. Go. Nice, just barely. Got a V counter on Kaito there. Sorry, buddy. But we found, but good bringing up that thing anyway.
It was Miu who planted the poison on Kokichi's chair. She had plenty of time to do it. Here, take a look at this.
Is this a record of who went in and out of the virtual world?
That's right. It says that Miu was the last of us to log in.
Yeah, what about it?
If she logged in last, she would have had time to move around in the real world after the previous person logged in.
That right. She could have placed poison bottle on Kokichi's seat.
This was all part of Miu's plan. She tried to kill me in the virtual world, make us think it happened in the real world, then pin the crime on Kaito.
Well, that's not my fault.
Which is why she manually logged you out, just for that purpose.
So she did that to me?
Yes, I'm positive of that.
Oh, come on, don't be so surprised at that one, Kaido.
Miu used a
Shuichi
method
worked it
only
out.
she could use to log Kaito out manually.
Oh, Shuichi did it right in front of him. How did Miu log Kaido out? That's an easy one, we actually saw it. She used a cell phone that she brought, which is really clever actually. I like that idea.
It was the cell phone found by Miu's avatar. That cell phone worked the same way as the phone in the salon. It logs users in and out. I verified this myself when I spoke Kaito's name into it.
Kaito Momota. He logged out, just as I thought.
I see. With that cell phone, she could force anyone to log out at any time.
But Miu never mentioned a cell phone, right?
That's what Shuichi referred to when he mentioned a method only she could use. She kept the cell phone a secret on purpose, so she could use it for the murder.
So, she really was planning a murder.
And she tried to set me up.
Well, I knew that from the start.
Then why did you say I was the culprit?
Because I wanted to get it through your thick skull. People you trust and defend will ultimately betray you. This is a game of suspicion. Well, I think your ideals should stay the same. Because phonies like you are what make the game more interesting. Don't you agree, Monokuma?
Do I? I don't know about that. Huh? Wait, what were we talking about?
I wonder when Daddy's gonna get his motivation back.
Yeah! If Father keeps slacking off, all the work is gonna get forced onto Mommy.
Huh? Mommy?
My head! I feel like I'm about to remember something, but I can't.
What's wrong, Monotaro? Pull yourself together!
Anywho, it's a blessing in disguise that Miu died and not me.
What you mean?
Because she wouldn't have said anything about what really happened in the virtual world. You guys would have had a way harder time finding the culprit, you know. She would have been able to lie about the virtual world settings as much as she wanted. And you'd never know that the murder actually took place in the virtual world.
So that's why she decided to attempt a murder, because she had total control.
Then the reason Miu was so insistent we go into the virtual world was...
You guys are only bitching because you haven't been to the virtual world yet. Once you go, you'll understand. Seriously, it's so effing awesome. I know you guys will love it. And then you're gonna fall in love with me for showing it to you guys. So let's just dive right in, okay? We'll do it together.
She was insistent we go there so she could kill us. What a shady person.
I was sad that she was gone, but now I don't know what to think.
Nice! Backstabbed by a trusted friend. See? That's an ideal fun situation! Now we can start a real class trial!
Hey, Kokichi sort of sound like Monokuma.
Really? I don't sound anything like him.
No, you're just like Monokuma. Both of you are cowards. You never speak the truth or show your true face.
Wait, coward? You say some interesting things sometimes, Kaito.
Smiling, putting on a mask, never saying what you really think. That kind of cowardice is just like Monokuma.
Daddy, they're calling you a coward! Aren't you gonna do something?
Yeah, I just gotta do my signature laugh, right? There, I did it.
He's completely lost his drive! Like a one-hit wonder who clings to their former fame!
My head!
Listen up, Kokichi. To hell with this game of suspicion crap. I will never be okay with it. I'm just gonna believe in everyone. Instead of suspecting my friends, I'm gonna find the truth by believing in them.
Well, if you think you can win this game like that, then sure, be my guest.
Of course I can. I don't need your permission.
How long are you guys going to argue? Let's hurry this up and continue. If we don't find the culprit, then we'll all die, you know that?
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
If we are going to begin searching for the culprit, let's start with Kokichi's story.
Huh? My story?
You were meeting with Miu, but she ended up as the victim. So it's only natural for us to think you're the killer, right?
Here's my answer. I never met up with Miu.
You didn't?
I tried to go to the roof to meet up with her, but the door was locked.
But isn't lockpicking your specialty? You should have been able to open it easy.
I couldn't pick locks with my avatar body. I didn't have the tools for it either. Also, I never went to the roof, not even for the meeting.
I remember. You and Gonta went off together when we first started looking.
But was the door to the roof actually locked? When I was on the roof before logging out, the door wasn't locked.
Huh? How should I know?
Then who locked the door to the roof?
I already told you. How should I know?
When I went to the roof, it wasn't locked. So you gotta be lying.
What good would it be if I lied? I don't want to die either, you know.
Lying would do you a lot of good if you're the culprit.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize that.
What kind of response is that? That's suspicious as hell!
Wait, there's no point in arguing about that now. The truth will come out eventually. Before we get to that, we need to discover the truth behind Miu's death.
Truth?
There were mysterious circumstances surrounding her death. We need to make sense of those first.
Wow, Shuichi, you know your way around this game. Yes, keep up the hard work. The fate of our lives rests in your hands.
So, what is this strange circumstance?
Kokichi claims it was Miu who chose the meeting place. But I'm wondering how she got from the chapel to the mansion's roof.
I see. Miu sent the bridge connecting the mansion and chapel into the river herself.
Whoops, my hand slipped.
If that's the case, then Miu might not have even gone to the roof.
Huh? So she stood me up? It's very rude to break a promise.
It's true. First, we need to determine if Miu was actually there or not. Did she go? Or was she never on the roof at all? Okay, let's see if we can work that out.
Miu was waiting for me to arrive. I'm sure she was waiting on the rooftop of the mansion.
No, Miu should have been at the chapel. If you look at where her avatar fell, it's right next to the chapel.
How would she have gotten to the mansion? There was no bridge over the river.
A bridge would be the only way to get across.
So, her meeting with Kokichi...
She stood me up?
At first glance, it seems as if it's impossible for Miu to go to the mansion. But there has to be some evidence that shows it was possible.
Miu was waiting.
Alright, so if we go into our truth bullets, we look at Tsumugi's account. She says, while Tsumugi was searching for the secret of the outside world in the virtual world's mansion, she saw Miu's avatar through the window, or at least, you know, she thinks she saw it.
Sure, she was waiting at the rooftop of the.
So, if we then hit... Damn it, just missed it. That was the one I needed to hit. Yeah, so it basically is, you're just trying to contradict something that someone says. That's usually the way it works anyway. As long as you contradict something that someone says, you'll probably get it. So let's see if I can get it this time.
Sure, she was waiting.
Got it.
That's wrong!
Miu must have gone to the mansion. We have a witness.
Yeah, when I was searching the dining room, I saw Miu pass by the window.
Then why didn't you say so sooner?
Sorry, I thought I was just mistaken at first. Since there was no way she could have come to the mansion. But I guess I wasn't mistaken after all. That was definitely Miu.
Then, how did she get to the mansion from the chapel?
It must have been some special method only Miu knew, like with that cell phone.
There's no doubt about that. That's why she dropped the bridge. If a murder occurred when it was impossible to cross the river, she wouldn't be implicated. She used a secret method to move from the chapel to the mansion for the murder.
She dropped the bridge to make a huge scene, just to let everyone know it's no longer there.
So, what secret method did she use?
It won't be that easy to figure out. It's called a secret method for a reason.
No worries, guys. As long as we leave it to Shuichi, everything will be A-okay.
What?
What are you saying? We can't just rely on Shuichi all the time. This class trial's for all of us. We're here to solve this together.
You would just slow down Shuichi.
Shut up!
I don't have time to deal with Kokichi. Right now, I need to focus on the case. I'm positive that Miu used some kind of special method to get to the mansion. Okay, I just have to figure out what it was. Alright, this one is pretty tough. Like it's basically this one and the next one, I think. It's pretty hard, but we'll get it.
A way across that only Miu knew about.
Like a hidden bridge besides that signboard maybe.
Or instead of bridge, Miu used some kind of vehicle to go over.
Or maybe she teleported with magic. Or she used a warp zone.
Maybe there's a place you could cross without a bridge.
A hidden route that only Miu could use to get across. I suppose it is possible she used that to change places.
Man, you guys are way off. Or maybe I'm just pulling your legs.
Okay. A secret method only Miu knows. She tampered with the program. It's hard to imagine that has nothing to do with it. I'm sure she changed something. Okay. So if we look at wall added by Miu. Coordinates in the virtual world are represented on an X and Y axis. Miu added a wall along the length of the Y axis. The wall had a special setting that allowed non-human objects to pass through it. So
Hidden bridge besides that signboard maybe.
if we then combine that, well,
Or maybe
yeah, let's just do that one.
There's a place to cross without a bridge.
A hidden route that only Miu could use.
So hidden route that only Miu could use. Where's the? That was
I
weird.
suppose it is possible she used that.
Why did that take so long to appear? That V point. How strange. Alright, anyway, we got it.
That's it, Kibo. There was a hidden route only Miu could use.
Was there really?
Miu modified the program to add a special wall to the world. The wall stretches along the Y-axis, but we found 2 such walls in the virtual world. It's unclear whether Miu added the wall by the mansion or the wall near the chapel. We do know that that wall was set so that only objects could pass
Don't
through.
be naive, Shuichi.
What is it, Kaito?
Jeez, you set up a weird wall like that? That is suspicious, but it's got nothing to do with what we were talking about.
Nothing to do with it.
Huh. You don't even realize your mistake? Are you losing your edge? Oh well, my sidekick's mistakes are my mistakes. I'll make it right.
Okay, so what is Kaido wrong about
What you
here?
gotta figure out is how Miu got from the chapel to the mansion, right? So why waste time talking about the impossible? It's pointless. We gotta take a whole new approach here.
No, wait just a second. It's not actually impossible at all.
But you just said so, didn't you? That wall Miu set up only lets non-human objects go through it. Humans aren't able to pass through. So Miu obviously wouldn't be able to go through that wall. She's not just an object after all. You get it? So let's go through this one more time.
There is no doubt that Miu was able to pass through that wall. I need to give some kind of proof for that.
But you just said so, didn't you? That wall Miu set up only lets non-human objects go through it. Humans aren't able to pass through. So Miu obviously wouldn't be able to go through that wall. She's not just an object after all.
Damn.
Get it? So let's go through this one more.
Let me do that again real quick.
That wall Miu set up. Non-human objects humans aren't able to pass through. So Miu obviously wouldn't be able to go through that wall. She's not just an object
Okay,
after all.
the special setting on Miu's avatar.
Your words.
And I barely missed hitting that second part of the statement to see if I get another V.
The wall
thingy.
wasn't the only thing that Miu changed. She also changed her avatar settings from human to object.
From human to object?
Which means the virtual world treated her avatar as an object. She could have passed through a wall that only non-humans could go through.
Is that right?
Don't get ahead of yourself, Kaito. We need to listen to everything Shuichi says. I already told you, the more you try, the more you cause us trouble. It's so totally lame that your own sidekick is dissing you!
Kokichi, enough! I wasn't arguing with him. I was just explaining.
I don't care. That doesn't bother me at all. It just means even I make mistakes. Don't worry about it, Shuichi.
Okay.
It's pretty funny seeing Kaito try to act all tough like this.
Kokichi, please refrain from making such irrelevant and irrational remarks.
So, if Miu messed with the program and made a wall only she could go through,
Then her secret route was through that wall?
that's it, right? Like using a glitch in a game to walk outside the map. I bet Miu had a hidden passage like that in the back of the chapel.
But even if she could walk through walls, was there really a hidden passage? Because Miu said...
No, you're not trapped here. Beyond that wall is the end of the world. Literally. Past that wall, nothing exists. Everything ends there.
She probably lied. There would be no point in going if there was nothing on the other side.
Miu lied.
I wonder what the truth is. There's no way to find out now.
That cum-soaked urinal cake was totally lying about there being nothing past the wall.
Damn.
She lived a life of pride, vulgarity, and secrets. Lying would be a piece of cake for her.
Kokichi, you no have to go that far.
Stop it! Don't badmouth Mommy!
Monotaro?
Listen to you, talking about Mommy like she was a terrible lying whore. But Mommy wasn't lying. There was no hidden route in that virtual world.
Oh, there wasn't, huh?
Hey! You can't tell them such an important hint!
Oh, if you see that hint is important, then I guess it must be true.
Oh, shoot!
Ah, jeez.
You're lucky you're cute.
Was Kokichi saying all that stuff about Miu to get the cubs to reveal something? I guess I should thank him, but I have no idea why he does things sometimes.
So now that we know there's no hidden route, why did she manipulate the program? If there's actually nothing past the wall, then that setting was meaningless.
Miu wouldn't have done something meaningless. She would have had a plan.
Yes. Miu definitely wanted to be able to go through that wall for a reason. We aren't sure why yet, but once we solve the mystery of the virtual world...
Mystery of virtual world?
There have been a lot of strange occurrences in the virtual world. If we can determine why, we will also determine what Miu was up to. We'll know why she wanted to pass through the wall.
All right, let's clear up those strange occurrences.
Yeah, Gonta will help, even though Gonta not know what you're talking about.
Speaking of strange occurrences, I'm just plain worried about that one thing. Remember? That thing that made us notice all the strange occurrences?
The events that led us there. Alright, so the thing that made this all kick off was the loud noise. Shuichi and Tsumugi were searching the mansion's kitchen, and then there was a loud noise.
This is it! You mean the loud sound that you and I heard in the kitchen?
Oh. What was that sound? It sounded as if something was struck very hard. It came from outside, but...
You all heard that sound too?
Yes, in the mansion's kitchen.
But that sound occurred near the chapel. How did you hear it all the way at the mansion?
First off, sound can't go past the map loading point. Did that sound really come from the chapel?
That sound was something hitting the chapel wall. It was real loud.
And we definitely heard it. We heard Kibo's voice as well.
For now, let's go outside and check. Oh no. What? That was Kibo's voice, right? I think I heard him outside. He sounded close.
You heard my voice too?
What? That is pretty strange.
Exactly. That has to be some kind of clue to the mystery of the virtual world.
Okay, well, let's check the answers later and try to find all the other clues first. There was another mysterious phenomenon in the virtual world, wasn't there?
Kokichi talked like he noticed something. Pretending not to know?
Even Gonta is suspicious of me? I always thought you would be the one to trust me!
Sorry, Gonta not mean it like that.
There's no need to apologize to him. He's probably just lying again.
What was the other strange occurrence? Did you see it, Shuichi?
Another mysterious phenomenon. Something that shouldn't be possible, like Miu in the mansion, or that loud noise. I need to remember everything else that happened in there. Okay, we have a mind mine to do. So this one is kind of tricky to know what the answer is when the question comes up, but it's not too hard to figure out once you actually realize, or once you start doing the mind mine. So let's see if we can search for it. Okay, what's this first thing here? We've got like the entrance hall, maybe the entrance to the diner. To the kitchen, sorry, not the diner. Got something else here. Oh, this is the actual kitchen area. Okay, none of that. What's this? Yes, this is the answer. The signboard. The signboard is suspicious. That's not too bad. Because... oh, hang on, missed one. Because it appeared on the wrong side. It didn't make sense where it appeared. So this is the answer. Alright, looks like we've just hit 1 hour, so I'm probably going to stop here.
What we were using as a bridge was odd to me.
Yeah, let's stop right here and we'll continue from this point. Alright, so I want to thank you all for watching episode 81 of Let's Platinum Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. My name's Ultimate456, you're the Ultimates, and I'll see you next time.